So I've got a pretty cool Wood Stick Wednesday for you today. I've got 2 sticks I've picked up since last week. I'm trying to be good, so I've only bought 2 wooden sticks in a week. First one is really, really cool. Won't take long to show you because it's a tiny stick. Managed to find a little Patterson Mini. I found this here in the UK, which I'm really pleased to have found this. Didn't cost very much at all. Seller shipped it for free. Thank you very much, seller. It's a great little thing, great condition. This was obviously one of the later Patterson Minis because it's in crispy new condition. It's just really nice. Of all the sticks that I've got, I didn't have a Patterson Mini, so really pleased to have found that. That's that one. Didn't say long that because it's tiny. The next one, really cool pickup, is a nice Matthew Etienne stick here. And it is an Etienne Martin, which is the kind of, the top end Etienne sticks. Really nice stick, very good condition. I've had multiple of these in various conditions. Some absolutely mint, some that needed quite a bit of work but came out exceedingly well, and a few which are just kind of meh. This one has the potential to be a really, really nice stick. I'm going to recondition this one, give it a little sand, give it a little clean up, but I'm going to try something first. So, you may or may not have seen, this kind of white stuff on the leathers, and you might be mistaken thinking that it's mould of some description, or leather rot. I've heard people refer to it. It's not. It's oil coming out of the leathers. Now, a friend of mine who, if you follow the kind of wooden lacrosse stick community, you might know of Curtis Williams, and Curtis kind of sent a video a while ago. I've just been trying to find the video before filming this. I could not for the life of me find the video anywhere. But he discovered that if you take a heat gun and give it a good old blast, you can kind of get rid of that oil, and it kind of I don't know, well, we'll find out in a minute. I think it kind of absorbs back into the leathers. So we're going to give it a go and see what happens. So cue the elevator music. Do 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 do. Just think elevator music. I'm not going to put music over the video. But let's give it a good blast. So immediately, that's mad. Well, that is quite crazy because that's nuts. I'm just do it on these sections of the leathers as well because there's a little bit on the leathers down here. Let's knock that off. I can't believe that has just changed so dramatically. So, check that out. That kind of white stuff has just gone. Now, whether it is kind of... That's really weird. I can't believe that. That's just disappeared. So whether it's kind of gone back into the leather, don't know. Whether it has just disappeared with the heat of the glue gun. Not sure. But I'm going to find a baseball bat. Just give it a little run over the baseball bat. And it didn't have that bad a pocket in this. It also been used by someone who kind of, had looked after this stick and played with this stick. And that is a hell of a difference to this pocket. It really is. I mean, do you know what? I mean, the pocket is weird because the pocket felt like a little bit kind of cruddy and crusty, and the mould was just, not nice to look at, and you kind of, don't really want to touch it because you're not kind of sure what it is, But having just heat that up, I'm going to give it another blitz over the old baseball bat here. and see. But I mean, the difference on that. That's got a really, really nice pocket now. You know, I'm going to go and get on the goal with this and give this a little shoot around and see. I'll be right back. In fact, I might take you with me on the goal. Let's go and have a shoot with this. Wasn't going to do this on the video, but having just heated that up, Curtis, that works a treat. Like I say, sent a video, put it in one of the WhatsApp groups I'm in, and everyone was like, wow, that's amazing. A couple of people have tried it out. I hadn't tried it out till literally just now. So now, instead of doing any work at work, I'm probably going to go and find all the leather sticks that have got that kind of white stuff on and get the heat gun on them. But that is, what a hell of a difference. And that pocket looks amazing. So I'm going to go and take this out on the cage. So be right back. So we're going to have a little shoot with this Woody, having just used the heat gun on the pocket. So let's give this thing a whirl. So I'm shooting in the store, so just using these Swax Lax balls that we sell. These are custom Northern Soul ones we had done. Little high, that one. Oh, right in the corner, that one. Last ball. Oh, I missed on the last ball. But first few shots with that. So that was a success. Well, that kind of sucks because this is the stick which I bought fairly recently, and I thought, you know, pictures look pretty good, you know, a handle look pretty straight. You know, one of the things, you know, I always zoom in, make sure there's no big cracks if I'm buying a wooden stick. You know, and if you can, you try and judge, you know, whether the handle, A, is straight, and B, you know, does the handle line up with those two top holes there? Because it tends to be, if it does, tends to be quite a well-balanced stick. There was a couple of extra bits of string kind of, you know, tied in on this stick, and these that weren't tied up, so that the gut was quite twisted. It still needs a little bit of straightening out. But my intention was to take this leather pocket out and just gut it and recondition it and sand the stick down. And you know what? I think I'm going to leave it just as it is. Having just, I don't know what to, well, I mean, I'm going to have to thank Curtis now, you know, having just done his little, you know, heat gun technique on the leather, it's just made this, you know, not just visually looking a lot better, but the, it's like the leather feels like really supple. Like I said, it wasn't in the worst state, it wasn't the best. I'm just going to give it another little kind of run over the baseball bat as we're chatting. But this is actually a really nice stick. Like I said, it's the frustrating thing is that, you know, every now and again, you know, I do enjoy restoring these sticks. It's great to restore them and to get them back out there in people's hands. This is a really nice stick. I'm not sure I can part with it. Might have to start grading my sticks in order to sell some of them. I mean, you know, they don't just sit on the wall. You know, certainly we go out and we use these sticks, we play with these sticks. You know, we like to have a good old shoot in the store here. You know, lucky enough to have a goal in the store. Every now and again, I might take one out for for coaching. And over the past couple of years, I have gifted a couple of sticks to players who like coach, or people that I'm friends with that have done a lot for the game. You know, I have gifted a good few sticks over the last couple of years. But this might not be one that I recondition and sell now. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to hang on to this one. Really nice stick. Like I said, not usually a huge fan of the leather pockets, but having just had a first time out shooting, all right, a little bit close to the cage there, but hit that target enough times. I quite like this stick. I think it's going to be a keeper. They're all keepers, really, aren't they? So, yeah, but definitely, if you've got a couple of sticks out there and they kind of, have that kind of white, kind of mouldy looking thing on, find a heat gun, give them a quick blitz. It'll only take a couple of seconds, gone. Don't know where it's gone, whether it's kind of absorbed back into the leather, and that's why the leather feels kind of all nice again, maybe. Maybe it's just kind of like burnt off that oil. I don't know. But this looks and feels a lot better than it did. What I might do, rather than just give it a heavy sand like I'd usually do from reconditioning the stick, I might just get out the wire wall scoop on this. It's not really been used very much, this stick, but these kind of tends to be kind of like almost like burn marks from the ball. But where you see that dirt on the inside there, just a bit of wire wool, that'll clean up really, really nice. So we'll see how this looks when I give it a little, a gentle kind of sanding with some wire wool, and see how it turns out. But top tip from Curtis there, give it a go.